Have you ever skipped a meal before because you felt self conscious about your appearance? Or have you ever heard someone say, you don't look ill enough to have an eating disorder? These questions highlight how often eating disorders are misunderstood and overlooked. Through my research, I've relied on credible sources, recovery stories, and professional publications, accurate statistics. But this topic also holds a deep personal meaning for myself, since I have in the past struggled with an eating disorder. It's not just something you hear about on social media, it's something that really affects people around us. Around 30 million people in the United States will suffer with an eating disorder at some point in their lives. That means that you, yourself, or someone you care about may be affected by this without even realizing. Eating disorders are serious mental health conditions that require early awareness, understanding, and compassionate support. In this speech, I'll define eating disorders and describe the most common types, then talk about the warning signs and risk factors, and finally offer support to prevention and recovery. Eating disorders are just not about food. They are serious mental health illnesses that involve harmful behavior related to eating, distorted body image, and a sense of lost control. These disorders can lead to intense physical and emotional distress. Among the most common eating disorders is anorexia nervosa, which involves extreme food restriction, over-exercising, fear of gaining weight, which is very intense, and distorted view of one's body. Another eating disorder is bulimia nervosa. It is marked by cycles of overeating, which is also called binge eating, and then followed by purging. This is either vomiting or even laxating or over-exercising. Binge eating disorder involves frequently consuming large amounts of food followed by purging. It often leaves people feeling ashamed and powerless. All of these disorders can have devastating consequences if they are not addressed on time. Recognizing the warning signs can be critical. Some of the most common indicators include skipping meals regularly, hiding food, becoming obsessive about dieting or hiding food, or expressing constant concern about weight gain or our body shape. But eating disorders don't appear out of nowhere. They often develop due to the underlying risk factors. These include mental health challenges such as anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem, which, if you think about it, it applies to at least most of us at some point in our life, so we are all vulnerable to this. Social and cultural pressures also play a major role. Today's media, especially social media, constantly promotes unrealistic body standards, often triggering or reinforcing distorted eating patterns. These pressures can affect people of any gender, role, or background. The good news is that we can help make a difference. One of the most powerful things we can do is promote a healthy, accepting environment. That means avoiding negative self-talk about one's self, appearance, and even body. Even weight can be negative. That means avoiding negative things about not only ourselves but the people around us. It's also important to support those who may be struggling. If someone you know opens up to you, listen without judgment. Offer a safe place where they can constantly express themselves. Most importantly, encourage them to seek professional help. Through therapy, support groups, or treatment groups, recovery is all possible, and early intervention can make all the difference. In conclusion, eating disorders are serious and complex conditions that deserve our full attention and awareness. By understanding the different types of eating disorders, recognizing the signs and risk factors, learning how to provide support, we can all play a role in preventing more people affected by this. These issues can be can call for compassion, not criticism. And the more we educate ourselves in these topics, the more we will be willing to help those who need our support. A kind word or thoughtful gesture might be the first step that leads to someone toward heading, healing, and hope. Thank you.